Everyone knows Kentucky is horse capital of the world, right? Think of Keeneland during racing time and how many people come out. But is horse racing really a good thing? It brings in a lot of money, yes, but have you really thought of what it can actually do to a horse? Well, I know I have, and I totally disagree. You wouldn't want to run around a track with a person on your back, no, so why would a horse? Horse racing takes place throughout the United States. Individual state governments have their own racing commission agencies. Ostensibly, those commission governments exist for the regulations of the racing industry. According to state law, however, the racing industry must share revenue with states and racing commissions, functions as an umbrella organizations for the racing industry rather than regulatory agencies. State governments become hesitant to prosecute racing or animal abuse rights because they share in animal racing funds. Around 800 racehorses die each year from fatal injuries suffered on U.S. tracks. An additional number of 3,566 sustains injuries so bad they cannot finish their races. Several breeding and horse handling abuses contributed to the great risk of death and injuries to horse faces. Breeders often race horses as young as 2. These horses lack fully developed bone structure and are more than likely to suffer injury. Due to selective genetic pairing and breeding, many racehorses are born with fragile bodies to begin with. Selective breeding does not provide the gene pool with a diverse enough genetic material genetic defects that arise largely as a result of inbreeding. Because jockeys race horses year-round on hard tracks, which give less, are therefore harder on horses' joints and bones. Horses acquire greater injury risk. Large corporate breeders race their investments too often in pursuit of profit. To keep horses racing through the pain, handlers administer Lasix and Bute. These pain relievers numb the pain but do not treat the injuries that cause the pain. Consequently, these injuries get worse. Horses that suffer severe injuries as a result of drug-induced racing get sold to slaughterhouses, a more profitable venture for the breeders than euthanization. These horses suffer long cramped rides to the slaughterhouse without painkillers and unfit trailers. Handlers also use latex to mask the presence of illegal substances such as steroids. A horse that fails to win a race also faces death in a slaughterhouse, where operators sell the horse's flesh overseas for human consumption, or provide horse meat to glue factories. While horse racing is no longer illegal in Belgium, it is a sanctioned event in many other places in the world. Another thing that bothers me is horse racing can lead to gambling. I've been to horse tracks and seen men gambling hundreds of dollars away on one simple horse. Imagine in a day how much money a serious gambler could lose on just 5 races. Work to end horse racing by refusing to patronize tracks by encouraging others to do the same, lobbying against the construction of new tracks, educating the public about horse racing industry's cruelty to horses. Horse racing may not totally be ended everywhere, but I do believe it should be changed and be changed a lot. Horses should get just the same chance a human would. You wouldn't put a human down with a broken leg, so why would you put a horse down?